Well, hello lovely humans, and welcome back to my channel as we are getting ready to head into engagement season, which is without a doubt one of the most magical times of the year when you're a wedding planner. I figured it'd be a great time to address some of the most frequently asked questions when it comes to the master plan. And for those of you who haven't seen the master plan reveal video that happened a couple months ago, I'm gonna go ahead and link it up here for you to go ahead and check it out. But basically, I took the exact process I take all of my clients through and put it into an online course so I could be your wedding planner. Basically, that was like, I wanted to figure out a way to help out those people that are either too far away for me to help, or they can't afford a wedding planner themselves, or they choose not to hire a wedding planner and they just want some guidance along the way. And one thing that I am seeing is I'm seeing a lot of the same questions being asked, so I figured since a bunch of y'all are about to get hitched, and congratulations in advance. Also, if you're new here, thank you. Bienvenidos. Welcome. Those are the only two languages I know how to say welcome in. Moving on. So now would be a good time to talk about some of those frequently asked questions and to give you a little bit of a demo behind the scenes of what it actually looks like to help you guys figure out if you should purchase it or not moving forward, which obviously I'm a huge fan of it, and I think absolutely everyone needs this. I think the only people who might not benefit from it is if your wedding is in like a week, maybe 4 weeks. So without further ado, let's just jump right on into it. Without a doubt, the most popular question that I get asked all the time is, my wedding is 18 months away. Should I wait until 12 months prior to purchase 12 months access? Which, I guess I should probably explain that really fast. There are two different levels of access you can get to the course. One is for 6 months, one is for 12 months. The 6-month package is $199 and the 12-month package is $299. So a lot of times people think that they should wait until they're closer to their actual wedding date to be able to purchase it. I'll also hear, hey, my wedding is 9 months away. Should I wait till 6 months out to purchase it? Absolutely not. One, because the sooner I can get to you and share this information, the sooner you start saving money. It lessens the risk of you making decisions that don't work with your budget. And I don't want you cramming everything into the last minute. I would rather you learn this stuff early on so you can be super well equipped to make the right decisions moving forward, instead of jumping into this course with only 6 months left and going, wait, I could have done this then. Well, I wish I had known that little tidbit earlier. And it's not, I don't mean to push any sort of FOMO sales here, because that's not the intent of it. I just firmly believe that if you buy it sooner rather than later, I can help you earlier. Make educated decisions, save money, save time, save stress. If you are contemplating getting the master plan, don't wait until 6 months before your event if you have 12 months left. A secondary question to that is, do I get to keep anything from this course? Yes. Absolutely. There is an entire workbook that has all of the spreadsheets included in it. Once you download it to your Google Drive, that's yours forever. That never expires. You always have access to it. Along with the PDFs, as long as you download those, they're yours forever and ever. Amen. So let's say you have 12 months left in your planning timeline. You only want to purchase the 6-month access. Watch all the videos, get all the information, download the stuff, and then use that even when the course expires. Another popular question that I get asked is, do you offer payment plans? And the answer to that is no, at least not at this time. The way that Teachable works, if I were to offer payment plans, it would then be a drip course curriculum, which means as you pay, you only get access to certain chunks of the master plan. And I didn't want to do that to anybody, because let's say you already have your venue booked and you already have catering booked and you just really need to get to the other vendor section. That means you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can even access that module. And I didn't like that game plan. And that's why I kept the price point so affordable at $199, because I knew that doing a payment plan wouldn't work because it may not meet where you're at in wedding planning. So no, we do not offer payment plans, but now at least you know the reasoning behind it. Will this work if I live in another country? I have received this a couple times. We do currently have students in the master plan that are not in the United States. So far, they've been loving the curriculum and they've been loving the content. I'm always the first to admit with you guys, I don't know everything when it comes to wedding planning. What? I know, it's a shocker. So there may be things that are culturally specific to you that may not be answered or addressed in the master plan. However, I want to teach you how to make educated decisions for what you want, so then you can take that information and apply it to your culture, your budget, your hometown, whatever that happens to be. That being said, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you jump into it and you're like, yeah, no, this doesn't apply, which I don't think anybody will, especially because like I said, we do have international students in the master plan right now. But if you do and you jump into it and you're like, not for me, email us. You'll get your refund, 30-day money-back guarantee. Another question I get is, my wedding will not be a typical style wedding. Does this still apply to me? Yep, same exact response as to the different country question. This course is here to empower you to make the best choices for your lifestyle, for your budget, and for you and your spouse to be. So if you decide that you do not want a traditional style dinner, that's perfectly fine. This course doesn't go through and tell you how to make everything absolutely traditional. In fact, in the ceremony portion of things, we've outlined a couple different processional options. And this is not just for heterosexual couples. There are options in there for my LGBTQ plus community. I wish I could just hold you through the screen, like just right now, and just hold your face and be like, if you're scared or stressed, I made this for you. I made it for you. And if you don't like it, I will give you your money back, but you're gonna love it. And then the last, probably most popular question is, have you considered selling just the spreadsheets and the PDFs? No, not really, frankly. I think that there is so much power in the videos that teach you how to use the spreadsheets and teach you how to use the PDFs, because one of the biggest bones to pick I have with so many spreadsheets and PDFs out there, they don't tell you why the percentages are the way they are or why you should be making decisions according to this PDF. But I need more than numbers. I need the why. I need someone to explain to me, okay, cool, 20% of my budget should be allocated towards my venue. Why? Okay, cool, I should book my photographer early on. Why? And that's why I firmly believe in grouping the videos and the spreadsheets and PDFs together, because I want to tell you why. And if you want just basic spreadsheets and basic PDFs, those exist. But if you want me to be your wedding planner, basically, and share with you why making decisions in this way could better you and your financial status and your stress and your overall quality of life, yeah, that's a big, bold statement. I stand by that. It's a little awkward to make that statement though, then you're gonna need the videos and the PDFs together. So now that we've kind of discussed the most frequently asked questions, what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna go a little bit more in detail about what each section has in it. Because again, I want you guys to know and feel the power that is in this course and feel comfortable moving forward, because even if it's only $199, that's still a decent sum of money, and I want you to feel confident in your purchase. The first module is the introduction. It's pretty self-explanatory. It teaches you how to use the master plan workbook and download it to your own Google Drive, so then again, you can have access to it forever and ever. Amen. It also covers the fundamental rules of wedding planning. Yes, I do firmly believe that there are rules that no matter where you are, no matter what your budget is, no matter what is happening in your life, these are rules that you should follow. And then module 1 is the planning timeline. It has 2 different lectures in here. One, the planning timeline, which we'll get to in just a second. But before that, a whole entire video and spreadsheet on priorities. So many times, and I did a video on this recently, so many times people just take those numbers from spreadsheets, even in the master plan, and just be like, well, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to spend. This is how it's got to go. But I firmly disagree with that mentality. I think that your priorities will be the strongest indicator of where you're going to spend your money and your time and your emotional energy. So that is why there's an entire lecture devoted to figuring out how to figure out your priorities. And a spreadsheet that where you can type in numbers like a speed test, and then a little thing that you toggle at the top, and it will put your top priorities at the top and your bottom priorities at the bottom, or reversed, depending on, okay, I digress. And then the overall planning timeline. So many times I get asked, when should I book this? There's a timeline in there for you. And there's a spreadsheet attached to it where you put how many months you have left, and it automatically generates when you should be booking hair and makeup, when you should be talking to a florist, when you should be researching different things. And it's put together in such a way that at no point in time should you feel stressed out to the max. It's designed and paced in such a way that when it comes time for the last month, the last 2 weeks, you're not scrambling, you're just buttoning up final details. Module 2 is the budget. It has the option to toggle open or close line items. So if you want to divvy out each and every single item, you can, if you're that kind of tracker. If you are not that kind of tracker, you close it. It's perfectly fine. You don't have to go into super intense detail, but it's created in such a way that no matter what type of budgeter you are, it will help you. In the module, there's one big thing that I talk about, and that's the miscellaneous expenses category and why you need to add a 10% contingency into your budget. I'll give you a quick little insight. The 10% contingency is like, oops, I didn't realize there was a fee associated, or, oh, I guess that's gonna cost a little bit more than we anticipated, or I thought I was gonna do this, but now I don't want to, so somebody just shut up and take my money and make it happen. Because no matter what, there are always those expenses that pop up, and that is something that's addressed in this budget lecture and in the budget spreadsheet as well. Module 3 is all about wedding style. I like to think of myself as someone who really enjoys style in general, but I know that's not the case for everybody. I know so many times people will be like, I don't know what I want. This is not my forte, someone help me. And that is exactly what this module is designed to do. It takes you through a series of steps to help you develop your style. And one of them includes possibly phoning a friend. Because let's be honest, not everyone is gifted with a sense of style. Everyone has their own gifts. But when you feel like you're trying to design a wedding and you're like, I'm the least creative soul, I have no design sense, and now I have to design like the most epic event in my life, no thank you. That's what this one's for. Module 4 is all about your guest list. It's pretty self-explanatory. I've talked about how guest list is like your number one budget killer before here on this channel. It also offers my favorite tip when it comes to putting together your guest list on a spreadsheet, or however you're having to compile it. There is a spreadsheet in this course. Is group them according to life situations or life areas. So family with family, coworkers with coworkers, college friends with college friends, and start putting them together in table groupings way early on. So when it comes down the line to like actually having to put together your seating chart, then you have a lot of it figured out. You can just kind of scoot a couple people around instead of inventing it all from scratch. Module 5 is all about the venue. Module 5 is the main reason, even if you're 18 months out, I want you to buy this course. Because the venue is where I see most people getting stuck, caught, or screwed. I mean, that's kind of like a harsh way of putting things, but it is very, very true. So many times I'll see couples sign up with a venue only to then realize, oh, they have required caterers, and the cheapest meal option they have is $45 a head. That's light years above what we could afford. Like we couldn't even, how did we not see this earlier? So Module 5 is one of the most important ones in this entire package. Just like how to look for the right venue and how to navigate stuff like preferred and required vendors. Module 6 is all about catering, different types, different styles. That one's pretty self-explanatory. And then Module 7 is all about Q&As for vendors. Not only the questions that you should be asking, but the answers you should be looking for. One of my favorites is, so how long have you been in business? And so many people think that if the number is under 5 years, it's like, oh, okay, cool. You don't know what you're doing then, right? Whereas for me, what I see is you're getting the perfect convergence of like enthusiasm and affordability if you find someone that's been in the industry for like 2 years. So they have just enough experience to not be a total newbie. They're still super passionate about what they do, and they're still more affordable than someone who's been in the business for 10 years. I view it as an icebreaker question. It's a way to get to know them better, not as a way to knock them if they have not been in the industry for more than 5 years. Module 8 is all about guest communication. It's divided into 2 lectures, one for stationery and one for wedding website. One of the biggest bombs I drop in the stationery one is I think save the dates are not essential. You don't need to do them. Like if you want to, they're fun. I did them. And then the wedding website one, why you should be doing one, what should be included in your wedding website, because I know that's a big struggle for a lot of you. Your registry, hotel blocks or accommodations, and also I'm pretty sure I share my thoughts on hotel blocks. Module 9, this is the one that has the most lectures in it. It has 3. The first one is rehearsal instructions. You guys, I tell you how to run your own rehearsal. Like what everyone should do with their hands, what they should do with their feet, how to smile, hold your bodies in this way, fluff the back of the dress. Every single thing that I do at a rehearsal is included in this lecture. The second lecture in this module is ceremony outline. What do you do in a ceremony? Like where do you start? What do you do in the middle bits? And then what do you do at the end? Like how does all of that come together? And I've actually used this specific outline with an officiant before, actually multiple officiants, because they were new and they didn't know how to do this. And it was actually developed by a professional officiant who just so happens to be my dad. And then the third lecture. It is a day of timeline lecture. And it comes with 2 spreadsheets where you plug in, I think it's 6 numbers, could be 5. And it automatically calculates your day of timeline for you. You guys, this is the kind of stuff that like, it blows my mind that we were able to figure out how to do these formulas. Like, wow, go us. So even if you are 3 months out, but you need to figure out how to put together your timeline, this is still a viable option for you. I mean, like you have to figure out your own cost-benefit ratio here. And this timeline by no means replaces the input of a professional. I do highly recommend bringing this to other vendors, asking them for input, scoot stuff around. Your photographer may look at that timeline and be like, no, I need more time during cocktail hour for the amount of photos we have. Great, then you scoot stuff around, but at least you have a great structure and framework to work with. And then module 10 is final details. This is where I see so many brides just panic. Just so many brides be like, what do I do now? Like, what am I supposed to do? I have all this information. Who needs it? Who am I supposed to talk to about it? Blah. And that is, what's that noise? And that's exactly what module 10 is all about. Like, who needs your guest count? Vendor meal count. It even includes templates to send out to your vendors. So if you don't have a coordinator or you don't have a planner or you are the one that's handling all of these details, it has email templates that all you got to do is plug in some information, attach the documents you've already created through this course, and send them on out to the vendors and who needs to receive what. And then, of course, like a cheeky little conclusion at the end. It's like 1 minute and 18 seconds long, so not a lot of wealth or value there, but you gotta end it properly. You know what I mean? So hopefully this answers a lot of questions for you guys about the master plan. I cannot tell you enough what an amazing resource this is, what an amazing tool this is. In fact, I find myself turning to this, even with my current clients. I pull up this workbook and I go through this stuff with my clients. Like, this is the real deal experience, y'all, and I would love for you guys to be a part of it. If you have any questions that I happen to miss, or if you want me to delve into a little bit more detail about one of the sections, or you just want a little bit of clarity, drop that in the comments below, and I will do my best to get back to you guys. Whew, that was a long one. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Appreciate it. I hope it was super helpful, because it was almost cathartic for me to be able to answer all of these questions in like one fell swoop. And until next week, bye guys.